Hi everyone, I'm Lewis, also known as Skeffels. This is my 9th devlog for my tower defense game, Project Torrim. Last week I worked on recreating my level with a few new decorations. However, that was quite a clunky process because it was all done in paint.net. If I'm ever to have any hope of creating a variety of levels that I want for this game, then I need to have a proper level editor. So this week, I'm putting aside the Trello board for the game and moving to a new Trello board that I've just made for a level editor. Okay, welcome to my level editor Trello board. The board follows the same flow as the Project Torrim one does, with tasks heading from right to left, grouped into clearly defined stages of the project. I'm going to start the editor off very simply by creating a grid, showing a list of sprites, and adding the ability to place those sprites on the grid. This should provide a great start to the editor, and then I'll be able to start looking at additional items such as layers of decoration, shapes to cover larger areas, and placement of paths for the game's enemies. But let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. I'll catch up when I've got some of the basics of this down. It's now Wednesday and I've been making some great progress with the level editor. If I move the camera a little, you can see I have this nice grid. I can select sprites at the bottom, so either a square or a corner, and I can click on the grid to place them. This lets me create a shape in the grid like this. And if there are any mistakes, I can right click to remove the sprite. This is a fantastic start. I should be able to create much better levels than I ever could have with paint.net. But unfortunately there are some issues with this. Mainly there is a huge performance problem if the size of the grid is any bigger than this. This is because I have created a collider for each square in the grid, meaning the collision engine has some heavy work to do in the background. So I'm going to take some advice from a viewer, Paulo Soretto, hopefully pronouncing that correctly, although I fear I probably didn't, who left a comment on the Tower Dragging devlog. Paulo suggested I use a proper grid, and whilst I haven't implemented this for towers, I think this will be a perfect solution for this level editor. The grid can just be one collider that works out which tile is being clicked, meaning the number of collision checks that this thing does goes from ON squared to just O1. I'm going to start working on this and I'll catch up when I have it working. It's Friday, the last day in my development week, and today I'm very happy with the progress on this level editor. Starting off, you have a basic blank screen, and if I press the N key I will get a new large grid. This is 128 by 64 squares, which is significantly larger than the 8x8 grid I had earlier on in the week. Now if I use this I can place down just a couple of tiles. Once I'm happy with the tiles in the map, I can save the results by pressing the S key. If I press the N key to create a new pattern, add some tiles down, and decide I dislike it, then I can always press the L key to load the save from before. This is the main code behind my performance improvements to the grid. Instead of having colliders for every single square in the grid, there is one collider that encompasses the entire grid. This collider will call either the add sprite or remove sprite functions, which both call this get grid square function. And this get grid square function looks at the current cursor position, works out which square is being touched, and this is quickly returned to be used in those sprite functions. This is a significantly more performant way to get the tile that's being selected, because there is only one collider for the entire system, rather than one for every single square in the grid. I am incredibly happy with this, and I think this entire week has been fantastic, because it's great to see how this has all come together to create the most basic version of the level editor that I'll be using. I'll continue to work on this over the next couple of weeks, and eventually use it to create all the levels for my game. And if it's good enough, I may even include it with the main game as a custom map creator. If that's something you want in the game, let me know, because I think that could provide some really great opportunities for the game. Thank you for watching this devlog for Project Torrim. I'm having a blast recording my work, and I hope you're enjoying watching. Remember to click the like button if you enjoyed the video, comment to give me feedback, and subscribe to keep up to date with the progress on the game. Thank you, and goodbye.